Good evening, welcome to the DBS Sports. I am Kenson Casimir. We begin tonight with football. Matches continued in the Honorable Dominic Fede Cup on the weekend. In one of the games played, T Valley FC, they defeated Lionheart 8-0. Brandon Modest registered a hat-trick in this encounter. In another game played on No Fear FC, they defeated GMYC 3-2. Claudius Felix, Elias Jones and Daryl Jones were the goal scorers for No Fear from Canaries. We met up with the parliamentary representative from the region, Dominic Fede.
Absolutely fantastic. The crowds are getting bigger and bigger. You know, last night we were in Ancillary, today we're in Marigot, and it's bringing people from all over the Roseau Valley, from Canaries, from Jacmel, from Ancillary, and all the various sporting districts. It's so encouraging, and really it's a game that is well done. It's a tournament that is bringing together and creating an opportunity for the young men to compete against each other.
Well, in another match played at the Ancillary playing field, Millet FC, they defeated Square Boys 5-1. Clenley George registered a brace for Millet. Now, the main sponsor, Mr. Fede, spoke to how the competition such as this helps out the community.
Well, I think it's good preparation for some of the national tournaments. And what it does as well, it gets the youth engaged. We want to do an academy after this. We're also looking at doing a triangular of the various districts. So we have 3 districts here in the West Coast, mainly the Roseau Valley, Ancillary, and also Canaries. And we think we'll have like a triangular after this at the district level, so that we have a higher level tournament with the elite players. So this is sort of grassroots, but what this does, it's a good preparation for us to have the best of the best. And this will happen before the Blackheart tournament, so that our players, our teams will be ready. One of the things that's lacking a number of times for these national tournaments is the lack of engagement, the lack of participation at the district level for our players to be ready.
Well, in the feature match of the weekend, former Division 1 team RV Juniors, they took on rivals City Foundation. Ernil Elite and Chauvin Elite were found the back of the net to give RV Juniors an impressive 2-0 victory. We spoke to Chauvin Elite.
Well, the game was good. I was tired a little, but I tried my best, and we got the victory. So.
Well, victory means that RV Juniors and 1987 All-Stars progress from this group. We will have more for you with Mr. Dominic Fede during our Sport Talk program. Action in the Leclerc Football Council's Honorable Stevenson King Constituency Cup continued on the weekend. On Saturday, Lancers, they took on Active Strikers. In this matchup, Niall Alexander registered a brace with goals in the 74th and 85th minute for Lancers. Samuel Serafin also found the back of the net for the Central Castries team. In the end, an own goal by Fudicus Emmanuel gave Lancers a 4-0 victory. In the lone game played on Sunday, Hustlers, they took on Veterans. Shannon Franklin opened the scoring for Hustlers in the 64th minute, while Jonathan Allen put the game to rest in the 73rd minute. We spoke to one of the goal scorers, Shannon Brown.
Tonight's game, I came on about 5 minutes to scored the open goal.
Right, how's the competition going for you so far?
Well, we win 3 from 3, so it's going good.
What's your expectation for the rest of the tournament?
Huh?
What's your expectation for the rest of the tournament?
Well, going all the way.
Well, in the end, Hustlers, they went on to win this encounter 2-0. We spoke to the team captain, Miguel, about the game and the tournament so far.
So far, the game, I could say it was a very bit difficult because we struggled to get 2 goals. In the end, we still win. That was a good thing we did. Moving forward, we need to, train harder and, make our team get better so that we could win this competition.
Well, matches continue on Wednesday. Now in local cricket, another 4 matches were played as the St. Lucia National Cricket Association's Under-19 Cup continued over the weekend. There were wins for Grosley, South Castries, Choiseul and Bon Repos. At the Grosley playing field, the home team defeated Central Castries by 10 wickets. In a match reduced to 40 overs aside due to a late start, Central Castries batting first were dismissed for 83 in 20.5 overs, with Matteo Bolong 34 and Captain Jonel Eugene 13, the only batsmen to reach double figures. For Grosley, Windward Islands under 17 player Simeon Gerson bagged 5 for 15 in 8 overs, following his 5-wicket haul in the previous match against Babonneau. René Tut, he took 3 for 44 in 8 overs, and Udall Preville, he bagged 2 for 6 in 2.5 overs. Well, set a victory target of 84. Grosley, led by an unbeaten half-century from West Indies under-19 batsman Kimani Melius, who scored 63. He easily got to their target, finishing on 87 without loss in just 5.4 overs. Now, at the Minder Phillip Park, South Castries defeated Ansari by 55 runs. South Castries batting first, they got to 225. Jelani Cupid, he scored 53. Valnas Calendar scored 36. Emerson Charles 21. In response, Ansari, they got to 170. Ked Kadeh 57. Lesroy Jaden 56. In fact, 46. Noel Leo bagged 5 for 35. Now, at the Philip Master ground, Sousa defeated Vieux-Fort by 1 wicket in a nail-biting encounter. Vieux-Fort, they scored 206. Jermaine Hardin, 49. In response, Sousa, they got to the desired total of 207 for 9. At the Denry Cricket Grounds, Monrepo, they defeated Mabia Valley by 6 wickets. Mabia Valley batting first got to 166. Kwesi Hobson, 60. Chanel Chaz, 30. Ivan Alexander bagged 4 for 44. Monrepo, they scored 168 for 4, with Janik Serie 46, Ivan Alexander 42, Keon Castor 30, and Neen Deterville bagged 2 for 43. Now, the Alicia John Ladies T20 competition stroked off on Sunday with one match played at the Philip Master grounds. South Castries, they defeated Labrie by 94 runs. Castries batted first, they got to 172 for 3, Tara Louis 50 not out, Ashlyn Edward 27, Zayda James scored 24 not out. Labrie, they scored 77, Ferdil Joseph 18. The matches continue this Friday at the Minder Phillip Park. Well, we take a break, but when we get back, results from CFCU football plus SAMI, West Indies men and West Indies women, all registered defeats. Sad. We'll explain when we get back. Welcome back. Action in the Peter Malta Castries Football Council, St. Lucia Football Association, Northern Zone Youth League continued on Saturday and on Sunday at the Leclerc and the Corinth playing fields. On Saturday, it was the turn of the under-10 players as second round action got underway. In the first match of the day, Valley Soccer Club maintained a 100% record with a hard-fought 2-1 victory over Massey Stars Northern United. Thierry Morel found the back of the net for Massey Stars Northern United, while Valley Soccer Club were aided by an own goal from their opponents on a lone strike from Marian Edwin. That victory places Valley Soccer Club at the top of Group B. Now, we have so many more scores for you during our Sports Talk program. So many more. Now, Luke Runke did not disappoint, while Cameron Akmal did, as Darren Sami's Peshawar Zalmi was defeated by Islamabad United in the final of the Pakistan Super League. Batting first, Peshawar Zalmi got to 148 for 9, Jordan 36, Dawson 33, Shadab Khan took 3 for 25. In response, Islamabad United got to 154 for 7, Bronchi 52, Fahan 44, Asif 26. Islamabad, they won by 3 wickets. Well, on the same day, the final of the ICC World Cup qualifier got underway. In the final played at the Harare Cricket Club, former World Cup champions West Indies, they took on Phil Simmons coach Afghanistan. Now, in this matchup, batting first, West Indies put up the dismal total of 204. Rovman Powell top scored with 44, while Hetmeyer contributed 38 for Afghanistan. Mujab ul Rahman was the pick of the bowlers. He bagged the 4 for 43. In response, Mohammad Shahzad, in his usual flamboyant style, cracked a 93-ball 84 as Afghanistan reached 206 for 3 in just 40.4 overs to win the tournament. Wow. The West Indies women failed in their bid to get on the board against New Zealand in the ongoing series after a 7-wicket defeat in the 5th T20 International at Sidon Park in Hamilton. The result also saw the Kiwis put the lead on a difficult series for the Windies, which ended 4-0, adding to a 3-0 defeat in the ODI series that preceded it. Sent into bat, the Windies posted 139 for 5 from their 20 overs. The New Zealand White Ferns, they reached the target of 140 for 3 in 16.2 overs. Wow, something has to be done about West Indies cricket. Well, after 5 years as captain of the Barbados Tridents, leading them to the title in 2014, Kieran Pollard has moved to the St. Lucia Stars. He admits the transition to the new club will be an emotional one. There are mixed emotions, Pollard said, being with Barbados for 5 years, getting to 2 finals and a semi-final, but we obviously didn't qualify for the last 2 years, which I think was disappointing. We were all disappointed about it, but I feel at the end of the day, I feel proud with what I've achieved with the Tridents. It didn't matter to me which team I got to. It was just a matter of changing and having a fresh mindset, he said. Well, all the best in St. Lucia. Our veteran all-rounder Dwayne Bravo has not given up hope of representing the Windies once again, and recently stated his desire to be a part of the team representing the region at next year's World Cup. The 34-year-old was not among those invited to join the squad that recently secured the progression from the ICC World Cup qualifiers with a win over Scotland earlier this week. As it was claimed, the player had indicated that he is no longer available to play cricket for the West Indies. Well, Bravo has, however, since denied the assertions, and while admitting the team being at the tournament was not a given, was quick to offer congratulations. He also indicated that he hoped to be in the squad for the tournament in England next year. The player has been out of the ODI side since the tour of India in 2014 and last played for the West Indies in September 2016 at Abu Dhabi. It's a young team. The cricket in the world loves to see West Indies and love to see West Indies competing with the best. I wish them all the best. Hopefully, I get to play in the World Cup as well, added the 34-year-old former skipper. Well, an ICC suspension from the final test against South Africa may be just a start of sanctions for Australia's captain Stephen Smith, who alongside his deputy David Warner faces anything up to a lifetime ban for cheating under Cricket Australia's Code of Behaviour. While Australia slid towards the heaviest defeat to South Africa since readmission, the problems raised by another batting surrender were nothing next to the potential ramifications from the ball tampering attempted on the third day of the test. Steve Smith received a one-match ban from the ICC after the Australia skipper admitted he was party to a decision to tamper with the ball during the third test with South Africa. On Sunday, Smith and David Warner stood down from their roles as captain and vice-captain for the remainder of the Cape Town test, after the former had revealed Australia's leadership group had devised a plan to manipulate the condition of the ball. Smith was charged under Article 2.2.1 of the ICC Code of Conduct, which prohibits all types of conduct of a serious nature that is contrary to the spirit of the game. Well, finally, Cleveland Cavaliers star LeBron James added another feat to his already impressive resume after taking his season tally to 2,000 points. James became just the third player in NBA history to score at least 2,000 points in 10 or more consecutive seasons, following his haul of 37 points in Cleveland's 121-114 victory over the Brooklyn Nets on Sunday. The three-time NBA champion and the four-time MVP sits behind Hall of Famers Karl Malone with 12, Michael Jordan with 11 on the short list. James, in his 15th NBA season, finished the game with 37 points on 14 of 19 shooting with 10 rebounds and 8 assists. How do I feel? I feel great, James 33 said after the game. The Cavaliers 44-29 have now won 5 in a row, with James leading the way. James is averaging almost a triple-double this season with 27.4 points per game and 8.6 rebounds and 9.1 assists. Wow. Well, that's sports. You don't want to miss our sports talk tonight. The DBS News continues after the break.